Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my home team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like yeah. And it feel like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. Whole squad like what? And it feel like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like what? Whole squad like yeah. And it feel like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. Whole squad like yeah. And it feel like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. You don't want problems. You don't want smoke. No, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I say you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want. Yeah, I've been so my frustration. I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece. That mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't panic surround me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like black, yeah. And it feel like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. Whole squad like what? And it feel like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like what? Whole squad like yeah. And it feel like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. Whole squad like yeah. And it feel like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. You don't want problems. You don't want smoke, no. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I say you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog. This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People wanna know where Mace, Posse, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rockin' over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready? Ready. Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the letter. Like rockets, that's a close encounter of what kind? Gentlemen. When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, the pass to your receiver. All about running the spot, and you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate the dub play, and you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years, so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We install doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game has veins, we'll insert upheaval the ground. Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. We're leaving the kings of all crowns. So are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all peak flow.
Well, if you listen closely, Coach, you can hear the jet skis roaring in the bay just a few miles north of where we sit at Lambeau Field. Just a beautiful late summer day in Wisconsin. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. That good for 22 and a first down. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. On the counter, here's Jones. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That one, a first down pickup of 8. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He's going to launch this thing way down into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick, and he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. Last week, somehow they won. He threw all those picks, but they still won. Here, opening drive, unfortunately, he picked up where he left off.
Partner, you get a lot of extra patience when you find a way to win despite you making mistakes. But starting out again this game, that patience is going to wear thin really quick, and I think the guys on the defensive side of the ball will be the first ones to let him know that's got to stop.
Oh, leaves him behind on the spin. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Hey, we're good, we're good. Hey, 7. Hey, 50.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Kyler Fackrell, the linebacker. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, let's get this.
2nd and 9. Rodgers. And he's got it. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
You're not ready. You're not ready.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll try again with Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now from back at the 5, this is 3rd and goal. Here's Jones. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3. I'm looking down from our booths. You can tell this crowd wants him to go for it right now.
And believe me, he knows it. And he's weighing that through his head right now. Actually trying to filter that out because this needs to be a cold decision by him. Not influenced by the crowd, not influenced by outside factors. Does he believe in his team enough to go for it right here? I think he's going to reward the crowd and do it.
And if he doesn't get it, they have to go the full length of the field. We'll see. So what a let-off there. You figure that was an easy 3 points. Instead, it turns into nothing.
And from that close of range, if you start it left, your goose is cooked. And this thing, well, it never had a chance to straighten itself out.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll begin here with Bernard. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Now Bernard. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this 1st quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
The Vikings 1st down. Diggs able to find his way free and get the catch from Cousins.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Tight down. There you go. Listen to me. Go.
We're scoreless after 1. Ready for the 2nd quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On 1st down, Bernard. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Dean Lowry in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked.
50 seconds. Come on. Yo. Let's go. Mike's 57. Smooth. You Mike. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
Here we go, D.
Throwing on second and long. Cousins going deep for Dick. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
First down 10.
Check 42's the mark. All day, just like that.
Now a first down carry by Jones. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 36, Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Hey, 88.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. A reminder coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football, a good one from Atlanta. Eagles and Falcons, 8:20 Eastern. And then tomorrow on Monday Night Football, Odell Beckham back in New York, back in MetLife Stadium. Browns and Jets, 8:15 Eastern on Monday night. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
To throw is Cousins. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And Rudolph has it left side. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. Returnable here for Davis. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. And from down in Miami, an update. The Patriots have jumped out to an early lead over Miami. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Rodgers now on first down. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers, he gets this to Devontae Adams. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one good for 26 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. They run the counter. It's Jones. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
At the 30-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5.
Mike 42, Mike 42. I'm on. Mike 42, Mike 42. Pick it up. Pick it up. Hey, exit.
Rodgers going to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Play that tight deep. Don't let him breathe, defense.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. He wants it all for the end zone. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the second time.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
And now out comes Minnesota. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Coming to you. 51 to Mike.
Cousins to throw it this time. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Strip that ball. Zebra. 51 to Mike. 51 to Mike. Hey, let's get that ball, dude. Let's get that ball right here.
Hey, Haywood. Gun.
Hey, let's go. Let's calm the crowd. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Gun.
Off the screen. Yo. Bring it, guys. Fight 51.
Hey, seam 6.
It's our time. 51 to Mike. 51 to Mike.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Going deep for Diggs. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's a gain of 35. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So we've reached halftime. All we have to show for the first half, a lone field goal. 3-0 our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, these offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Check 26. Check hot.
Now a carry for Bernard. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on 1st and 5, and it leaves him with a more standard second down. Again, here's Bernard. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big pickup of 38.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it. And he got it. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. LeGarrette Blount, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. No problem there on the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it.
50's the mark. 50's the mark.
Hey, 626.
Now it's Rodgers. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Carl Lawson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
55. Mike 55. Hey,
Throwing on 3rd and long. Rodgers going deep here for Bryant. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Right there on the coverage to knock that ball away was Mike Hughes. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, don't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
At their own 47-yard line.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Kevin King with a pick.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, 50. 50's the money. In your face.
Hey, Echo.
Mike's 50.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Watch 50. 30. Check pass. Check pass. Mike's 5'4. Mike's 5'4. Mike's 5'4.
Hey, Delta.
Right there. 54.
Rodgers now throwing again. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Bryant. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
58.
54. I don't even know why this team showed up.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
To try again after the sack. Rodgers, and his throw here's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
65.
Now Rodgers throwing on 3rd and long. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Slam. Wide.
Gun.
50, Mike 50. Now watch run.
Cousins now. Flushed out right. Lets it fly for Treadwell. It got his man complete. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play there for Minnesota. 59 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. From the gun, here's Cousins. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
50, Mike 50.
Bravo.
Hey, check Mike 50. Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point up and through. And that makes our score 17-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And left side here, it's Graham. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Here we go, G, get off the field.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
319.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Again, it's Jones. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
319.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. Big stop, G, big stop, let's go.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Looking deep, and Rodgers intercepted a third time. Xavier Rhodes with a pick, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. The first run for the backup, Abdullah. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
As many games as the two of us do, I would hope that one day we'll be able to solve this riddle. Why is it on a hot day that one team has more trouble with the heat than another, and especially when you can't stop a guy running the ball?
You know it's September in the booth, though, when you and I have both removed our coats, and those were gone in the first quarter.
They were gone in the first quarter, and what we're watching now is a defense mentally giving in and sagging a little bit because they haven't been able to stop him.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Gun!
I got you.
Now a carry for Blunt. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
It's always been funny to me, Brandon, when coaches always talk about on hot days like the one we have here, it's hot for both teams. But when one team has the advantage, when one team is running the ball really well and closing things out, it's hotter for the defensive side, and they sag a lot quicker.
Yeah, they say the dog days of August, the heat we're seeing here today, dog days of September, and the advantage right now on the offensive side.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that,
and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Adam Thielen, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Point after, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 23. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Graham. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Here we go. Jump out. Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike. You remember me?
Rodgers now to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Bryant. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Here's Rodgers. And that's complete to Lewis. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Y'all playing the wrong football.
They'll run on first down. It's Jones. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers caught right side. It's Lewis. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Here's J.K. Scott now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20.
Let's go. Got double time. Double time.
The drive starts with a handoff to Bernard. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds and keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better.